Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Gemini in March 2021. Hello, Gemini. How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, friends, welcome to March. Wherever you are in the world right now, Gemini, I hope you're safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Continue to take very good care of yourselves and people that you know and love. Extend some of that niceness, that kindness, that caring to other people if you don't know them. Perfect stranger on the street, within reason, do what you can. Spread the love, spread the cheer, spread the kindness and goodness, okay? Gemini, no announcements for March, so we're going to get into it. Anything you want from me, it's in the description box. Timestamp is down there. How to go about ordering a personal reading with me is down there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I vow to revive it here in March 2021. There is a link to it down below as well. If you want to join me over there, look at how I interpret oracle cards, give a message for the particular day that I draw on, feel free to drop me a follow over there as well, okay? Gemini, just a small little tinkering of this message. This is going to be the start line. This is what we're going to initially interpret, and then we'll build on it later with the rest of the deck. But this time around for March, instead of giving you guys an outcome, I'm going to pull an advice card an advice card coming from an oracle deck, one of the 4 oracle decks I have set aside here. So just a slight little augmentation of how the reading normally goes. And I know something just flipped over in the deck, so let's go fish that guy out, because I felt it. Something flipped here. And that might be a message for some of you. Did it not flip? No, something had to have flipped it. I felt that. Maybe nothing flipped, you see? But I could have swore something did flip. Let me check a little more thoroughly. Apologize for this. I shouldn't have been fiddling with the deck anyway, huh? Nothing? It felt like a card had flipped over. Yep. If it comes out later, it comes out later. All right. So let's just go ahead and get into it, guys. Coming out to start your reading, we have the 3 of Pentacles, Justice, and 10 of Cups. So some of you, this is a work situation. Some of you, this is a family situation. Some of you, those worlds intersect. They overlap. Justice card, major arcana for... blanking quickly there. Libra, your fellow air sign Libra. So you could be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. But it feels like there's like this intersection or meeting of personal life and business life or professional life. And in some ways that meeting is pretty copacetic. There's a nice balance between work and home, or work and play, or work and happiness, contentment, joy, all that stuff that could exist in the 10 of Cups. Sometimes I call the 10 of Cups the dreams come true card. Like we really feel incredibly fulfilled, abundant. Things just couldn't get better often with the 10 of Cups. That's for some of you. Most of us don't come to tarot looking for good news upon good news. Most of us come because we're in some type of dilemma, or things aren't necessarily clear in our lives. There's like some type of friction, some type of blockage, right? So in some of your cases, you do have, there might be like a stop go energy with the motif that's on that card there, the 3 of Pentacles. But some of you might have this sort of in the air influx, stop go, imbalance between private life, or excuse me, your professional life, your work life, or something that you've been contracted into, and your home life, your family life, your private life, wherever you find home to be. Maybe home is just you and your pet turtle Petey, I don't know, but whatever that means to you, and wherever your fulfillment comes from, there could be a need to restore balance between the two things. Some of you already have it. Congratulations. I feel the majority of the message is not going to lean towards you guys, but again, stick around if you want. For others of you, it's about trying to find that balance. And in some of your cases, it's a little bit nasty, or it's a little dicey, because it is involving court. Okay. For some of you, the implication quickly, as I opened up that can of worms, is that some of you might be in danger of losing your job, or losing your home, losing something foundational or structurally strong in your life because of a court decision. Not only is that going to displease you, but it would displease the people you live with, the people that you are in business with. There's something about the possibility of losing, like I'm feeling like this flush, like a flushing of the colors. Like these two cards are pretty colorful, or they have some strong vibrancy between the two of them. And like in my mind, I just saw them like turning to gray, like the color just like flushing out of them. So there is a chance that that is on the table for some of you, that is what will unfold in the somewhat near future, right? But obviously, Gemini, you don't want that to happen. And you might be doing everything in your power to prevent that from happening, to prevent yourself from losing foot, prevent yourself from being challenged in court, things like that. Like there is this diligence here with the Three of Pentacles. You're diligently committed to your original job, your original company, your original business, your original ideas. You know, there's a foundation here that you're very interested in preserving. And so you're diligently focused on preserving that. And therefore you are now diligently committed to protecting that space, protecting that opportunity, those people, etc. Right? And so there is this willingness for some of you to fight or push back against whatever the Justice card is. Now, the Justice card, in some of your cases, is not about law. It's not about going to court. It's not about anything, quote unquote, official, but it is about seeing someone. It is about going and confronting a person or standing your ground against a person who, from where you're standing, Gemini, is out of their jurisdiction. They're out of line. They don't belong where you're standing. They don't have purview over you or purview over your business, purview over your family. You know, you feel this person is an invader of some type. Now, I'm sensing a friend, a family member, a colleague, or some other business partner or competitor. If not a partner who there's like infighting, you know, it could be for some of you, there's an infighting within your company. If not, this is a competitor. And this person, in their eyes, and possibly in the eyes of other people, is the one, like they're in the right. Like it's presumed that this person is correct. It is assumed that this person is not the one who's at fault. There's like a presumed innocence about this person or the entity. It could be, again, like a business competitor. And it could be something as petty or relatively small as just competing, like restaurants. Like your cafe has pretty good reviews. Like you're averaging like 3.5 stars out of 5, right? And this is a 4.5 star business. And there's like this presumed assumption that this entity, this person, this business, whatever it is, has the upper hand on you, has already succeeded in some type of way. Now, I don't know whose head is where in this situation, because some of you Geminis, you are very defiant and you're within your right to be, right? You have purpose, or you have a reason as to why you're not going to take this person's attitude. You're not going to take anyone standing up for this person, or even if this is a court situation, you're not going to go in there and not testify, something like that. It's like someone on, if it's not you, it's someone on your side, because there is a team of people here on the card, right? There's 3 people there. So if it's not you, Gemini, it's somebody who you're close with, a family member, a friend, who's like, okay, we're going to hit him where it hurts, or we're not going to back down from a fight. We're not going to back down and be told our business isn't as good, or our service isn't comparable, is not as comparable, or whatever. We are worthy of being treated fairly, fair treatment with the Justice card. We're worthy of a fair shake. In some cases, like this court case is about slander. Or, I forget what libel or slander. I can't remember which is which. But there's this idea that you are fighting back against bad talk. Like people have talked a lot of mess about you or your family and or your business. And that's unfair to you. That's injustice to you. But again, this entity here, a person, a rival company, a competitor, even someone within the company is presumed to be the correct party. Take from that what you will. But in the crosshairs here is this 10 of Cups, like dreams come true, like almost like maybe for some of these people or whoever this is, like basically nailing you, not in a sexy way either, Gemini, but kind of nailing you, kind of getting you off your footing or screwing with your foundation, screwing with this thing that, again, a long time ago or considerable time ago, if not a long time, you began to work at something, to try to create something, try to build on something. And this person wants to smash that, or these people or that entity wants to smash that because they feel you don't deserve it, or they feel you've made a wrong step along the way, or in some of your cases because this man, and it doesn't have to be a man that I'm talking about, but you see how the man, I mean, he's holding up I guess it's like a tapestry. He's holding it up to display it, but he's higher than the other two figures here. So someone here might be trying to take you down a peg or two, Gemini, teach you a lesson. Lessons with the Justice card, perhaps karmic lessons is a part of this for some of you. If you believe in that, you should. But again, take everything I say with a grain of salt. You do not have to believe anything I tell you to do or that I suggest for you. But I feel like that could be at play for some of you. Karmic justice is the idea of playing out a karmic contract. Again, contracts with the Three of Pentacles. Either you believe that or someone else in this situation believes that. And that's sort of like the justification for whatever happens. The justification possibly. Now, this is kind of cruel, but again, sometimes, well, not sometimes, because this is a fairly new deck to me, but I've said it before that this could be, like, it gives me like a family dynamic. It's a mom and a dad, and like the one who's standing up with the red skirt is like a teenage daughter or son, it doesn't matter, so I feel like on both sides there could be a family dynamic here, because Ten of Cups normally depicts a happy family, parents and like two kids frolicking in the distance there. And to be perfectly honest, it feels like someone is glad, more than glad, or they feel it's quite inconsequential to punish you. They know it's going to extend to your family. To take something from you or to challenge you on something is going to cause a kerfuffle within your family structure. So let's say this is like a competitor and they want to shut your business down, and they call OSHA or they call public health services or whatever it is, and you get dinged on a couple of violations, and that shuts your business down for 3 weeks, and you have no active income coming from your business, right? You use your money from your business to support your family. This person or these people, they might know that, and they don't care. I'm not excusing that behavior. I'm not excusing those choices, but like that, it's as plain as I said it. They don't care. Because the object is to punish you as their rival. You having children or you having a mortgage and you having all these obligations means nothing to them. On the way they know you, the way that this person or this entity relates to you as business owner to business owner. And as such, no holds barred. This person or this entity can be a little bit cutthroat, is what this feels like. Interesting. All right, so let's build on this story. Again, not excusing that behavior, but like that's their justification is, okay, you have a family. So what? Oh, you're a leader in the community or something like that. Like they don't care. They're a shark, or they view you as a shark. It's very punitive to how you view them or they view you. This is like because of your public image, perhaps. There's this idea of you deserve this coming from somewhere. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to point to this because it just came up in I was scrolling on my phone. And I don't even know if it would have any astrological implications tied to Gemini. But for an example, this just came up in the news. There was a mom, I don't even know where she was, but somewhere in the United States, a mother who has an OnlyFans page. And that OnlyFans page was pulling in $150K a month or something like that, and she was sending her kids to a private school, and other parents found out and they were cancel that shit right now, and they shut it down, or they got the children expelled from the school. Now again, on paper, what's that got to do with anything? Some of you are like, yeah, that makes sense, and I'm like, does it? I'm a parent. I make money in my private life however I make it. It's not an illegal business. It's not an illegal endeavor in which I'm earning this money. And I paid my tuition for my children just the same as anybody else. The method in which I did was legal. It was never, so why are my children being punished for something that I've done? That's my point. That's what's going on here. I don't know if that, I don't. maybe that woman is a Gemini. I have no idea. But that's what I'm sensing here. It's something like that. Someone is going to punish you and your children or your family or some other extraneous people or peripheral people are going to be affected by it adversely. Very interesting. All right, so let's build on this, Gemini. Let's see what else is going on here for you guys. Further information in the story for Gemini, please. What else is going on here for Gemini? Six of Cups. Definitely family. For some of you, maybe the person that you're going up against is like a childhood rival or someone you've known since childhood. Maybe you guys are like competing in the same small town. I don't know. Nope. One more, please, for Gemini. One more. This is shuffling so differently because all of that came out pretty clearly before I cut the camera on. And this time around, it doesn't feel as smooth. It doesn't feel as clear and open. Yeah. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Heard something. A hair was on my lip. All right. So bottom of the deck, and then Six of Cups, Emperor, and Temperance. Okay. So some of you are really going to war with someone. Yeah, big time. All right. So Six of Cups. Emperor is major arcana for Aries. You could be dealing with an Aries. You don't have to be. And Temperance is major arcana for Sagittarius. You could be dealing with. You don't have to be. All right. So some of you are really going to war with someone, or a company, a rival, whatever it is. And by the way, it's not a late. It was here. I just didn't speak to it very much. This could be infighting within a family. I kind of talked about it more in the business sense. But again, this could be like infighting between like siblings and cousins and aunties and uncles and all that shit. So it doesn't have to be an external enemy. It can be from within. Okay. Yeah, you're really going to war with someone, and this person or you or both of you just has like this insatiable desire to see you falter, to see you struggle, to see you possibly reduced to, oh my gosh, reduced to what you were like when you were a kid. And what do we usually say about children? They're helpless. They're just like not able to defend themselves, right? They have no chance. Like, no offense with the imagery, but if you really want to like a child can't physically defend themselves, or is not, they have no power, children often. That's our perception of them. And I think that's what somebody wants. I think someone wants to reduce you to this person, or this, get you back into a stage in your life, a phase in your life where you had no power. Absolutely none. Or some of you are romanticizing your younger years where you had less responsibilities, where life was kind of cheerful, kind of like a cakewalk. When we're 6 years old, when we're 7 years old, many of us, not all, many of us aren't really, wanting for much, or, life is just so beautiful and it's full of possibilities and you're excited about everything, and you get to be 45 and you're just like, well, I'm halfway done, So, so it's like this outlook, in particular, responding to what you're going through, Gemini. You're just like, I'm over it. Or I wish I didn't have to go through this. And you might be thinking back to when you were younger. If this is a family situation, you might be thinking this way about the person. Oh man, when we were growing up as cousins, or when we were growing up and, we used to share our bunk beds in the house and we were just best friends. And now it's like, we can't stand each other. We're rivals. We are at each other's throats. And there's just sort of like this remorsefulness over it. The Six of Cups in general is sort of like reflective, nostalgic, a little bit remorseful, or someone else is using that as sort of like, man, when I get them, they're going to be crying like a baby. I'm not gonna say that. There's a lot. Okay, I'm gonna mention it though. If you guys know the movie Trading Places, I love that movie. It's a great movie. In it, Eddie Murphy spends the night. It's early in the movie, so it's not even really a spoiler. But anyway, he's overnight in the jail, and he like was spinning a story about I'm a karate man, and he's like talking wah, and he's doing like all the cheesy kung fu sounds, and then these two big guys, they're like, you ain't doing kung fu, da da da. You was crying like a pussy, you know. So that's kind of what it is. It's like somebody wants to see you crying like a weak person, you know. Think of the word that means weakness, especially when used against men, right? Somebody wants to see you crying like a kitty cat, okay? That's what they want, or you want that. You know, I've been saying this is happening to you, Gemini. You know, I'm gonna assume most people who are receiving energy like this are watching the tarot. It would be very rare that the person who is distributing this energy would be watching tarot, because you don't have a need to have answers. You feel very resolute in, I'm going to make you cry. I'm going to make you suffer. I'm going to take away your happiness. Okay? So somebody really wants that Emperor Temperance energy. They're patient. Maybe that's it. Someone's been patiently waiting. Possibly waiting for a court date. Justice again. Waiting to see you. Like, I don't think this is really happening, but it is sort of like that scenario. Meet me on the soccer field, or meet me behind the 7-Eleven at 4 o'clock. I'm going to bash your teeth in. You know, it's like a bully almost telling you. It's like a bully who, you know, in a movie or even in real life, who's just like, they accost you in like fourth period and they're like ramming you up against the locker. I'm going to kick your ass at 5 o'clock today. I'm going to ram this up your ass. You know, all that. Like somebody has that energy here. Now, in some cases, it's competitive. Just a few cases it's competitive, and possibly even in fewer cases it's an actual physical threat. I don't feel that's true for most of you guys, but there is this sentiment of, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to enjoy destroying you. I'm going to enjoy watching you lose everything you've worked for, everything you've earned, everything that you've accumulated. And it's going to delight this person to try this against you. I don't know what you do with that. Because I don't think that in some of your cases, this is again from within. So it's like fractures or fissures, I should say, within a family dynamic or a business relationship that you have, a professional relationship you have. So you could be business partners, and your partner could be suing you for, you know, entire control of the company, or they're suing you to blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, there's this feeling here of, I never thought it would come to this. For many of you, there's this feeling of, oh my God, I thought I could trust you. Oh my God, we're relatives, we're a blood relation. How could you say these things to me? Or how could you delight in my destruction? And there's just like a wow factor here, like a wow. I don't even believe, like, where's this coming from? Or why are you so vengeful? Why are you so venomous to me? There is some like, I can't believe this. I can't believe you're doing this or saying these things, or you want to see these things happen. Oh, interesting. And, you know, it's sort of just for maybe a handful of you. This could be a marriage. It's a little late in the game, but I look back down at the table here and I see it. Some of you can have a nostalgic long-term relationship with someone, maybe like high school sweethearts or something, or college sweethearts, whatever. And you've built a family with this person and it's beginning to crumble. And whoever your ex or soon-to-be ex is, they want to see you suffer. And the wow factor comes from, wow, how could you want that when I'm the father of or the mother of our children? I'm the person who stood in your corner when blah, blah, blah happened. I'm the person who loved you at your worst, who was there for you when no one else was there for you. Like, this is coming from the temperance energy. Like, it plays to temper the Emperor card, because like I told you, somebody is like really like wanting to go to war with you. But this is coming possibly from your energy, Gemini, or the person who's getting all this flack. They're like, how could you, or why would you want to see that happen when we've built something so much? So in some cases, actually, it feels like this is a self-sabotage or self-destruction path that someone's on, whether, and that's not restricted to marriage, because then that kind of goes back to like other relatives, like father and son, or daughter and mother, you know what I mean? Or brother and sister, whatever it is, where it's just like, we used to be bosom buddies. We used to be, two peas in a pod, six of cups, right? And now you want to destroy me, emperor, or you want to go to battle with me, emperor. You want to see me suffer, emperor. Okay. Why? We have, if not have, or had a very beautiful relationship. There's like somebody here doesn't understand why it's turned so ugly. I can't answer that for you, but that's the story that I'm seeing here. Now, overall energy is the Fool. Secondary major for Aquarius, so you could be dealing with an Aquarius Gemini. But this is brand new starts. It is usually viewed as like a hopeful energy, an optimistic energy, some path or journey that we go on where sky's the limit. You know what I mean? We're dreaming big, we're feeling invigorated by life, we're feeling excited about what's to come. Like, that's usually what happens here. In some of your cases, this is starting over ground zero. God, for lack of a better word, but for some of you, you don't have any pentacles here except for the Three of Pentacles. But then the Nine of Pentacles is behind the Fool. For some of you, this is about starting over financially from zero. Whether that means literal zero, like your accounts are cleared out, I don't know. But it is a very hard reset, Gemini, on your financial stability or your financial well-being, how much money you have. And I think I said that in the beginning, like with this Justice energy, that maybe some of you are in court talking, or maybe that was another reading, I don't know. But I feel like some of you might be in court talking about alimony or talking about child support, talking about packages or settlements and things like that. Again, someone might want to buy you out of the business and they're doing it quite aggressively. They're being quite nasty about it. And so there is a sense of freedom in this Fool card, but I think it comes at a cost. Like, I think it's a big reset. Like, it's a big, go back to start, like take 15 steps back and try again, possibly on the same path or in, you know what I mean? I hope you get what I mean there. All right, so let's get an oracle card and then we're going to wrap up. So which deck are we using today for Gemini? Yeah. All right, so we're going to do postcards from Spirit. These are cute. They like the oracle message is just written directly on it. You don't have to look anything up in the book. You can interpret based on what you read. But I love this deck. I do use it in privates, but I think I need to start using oracle a little bit more for the general readings. Anyway, just babbling at you. Gemini. Let's get an oracle message for Gemini in March 2021. Oracle message for Gemini in March 2021. Oracle message, please. At the end here, they're reminding me to remind you, Gemini, that this is all perception. This is the way you or other people see the situation. It might not be the objective truth. And I mean, I think that goes without saying. This is a general reading for tarot on the internet with somebody who is just an anonymous pair of hands on the internet. You've never met me a day in your life. You know what I mean? But they want me to reiterate that for you guys. Let's get an oracle message for Gemini in March 2021. That might be a message for the person that you're going up against this idea of perception. Anyway, oracle message for Gemini in March 2021. Dearest you, we have a secret to share with you. If you act as if all is well, it will be. Act as if you are brave, and you will have courage. Act as if you are loved, and you will be a magnet for love and experience the love of Spirit. Act as if your prayers have been answered, as if you are truly in sync with good fortune. How you think is how you will see the world. Interact with it and draw conclusions from it. If you want to be the person who has the life you want, co-creating and loving what is yours, you need to start acting as if that were the truth. Don't worry about the conditions in your life that seem empty or cavernous, thank you, chaotic or barren. These are temporary and don't even count. Defy them and act as if you're the luckiest person on the planet, yeah. You will be, and you already are. That's the real secret. You are infinite potential. Loving you so much, rainbows explode in the ether. All right, so I'm going to hold that up. If you want to pause it, read it for yourself, you may do so. If it would focus, let me do my little trick, my little autofocus trick. There you go. So if you want to pause that and read it, feel free to do so. Listen, I agree with this. But here's my little caveat. Don't be foolish with this idea of you can create your own reality and you need to, visualize and co-create with the universe. Yes, that's true, but also keep a balanced perspective or keep a realistic perspective here. Like, I feel for some of you, what this message could mean to you or other people is to just, it's like giving me like this high on your own supply feeling. So I would be a little bit cautious with this because I think for some of you, this is exactly what you needed to hear. In other cases, you need to stop thinking that only co-creating and trying to manifest is the answer. No. You have to do a mix. You have to do a little bit of co-creating and manifesting and visualization and all that stuff, power of attraction, whatever your methodology is, whatever you use or however you get into that space, and be practical. Show up in the real world and do things, be about things that reflect what you're trying to manifest. So as long as you have a firm foot in reality as you try to co-create, I'm totally on board. But someone in this energy, I gotta be honest, hasn't put that together just yet. Let's say it that way, okay? Gemini, that is your reading for March 2021. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please feel free to look down below if you want to get at me for a personal reading. And if you do subscribe to the channel, make sure that you hit the notification bell so you can see when I upload to the channel, okay? Gemini, I appreciate you all for watching this video. Thank you so much. Take care.